When we are multiplying with decimals, we ignore the decimals to start with and multiply just like we would as if they were whole numbers. So we are going to pretend that these decimals are not here for now, and we're going to do our multiplication. So we'll start in our ones place and then go to each number. Then we'll go to our tens place and repeat. So first thing we need to look at is what number is on the bottom in our ones place. That's an 8. So let's go. 8 times 4 is 32. We're going to write down the 2 and regroup the 3. 8 times 9 is 72 plus 3 is 75. We write down our 5. Should have typed it. And regroup our 7. 8 times 7 is 56. 56 plus 7 is 63. We're going to write down our 3 and regroup our 6. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 6 is 46. We write down our 6. Come on. And regroup our 4. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 4 gives us 20. Remember, if you're not comfortable doing that addition in your head, you can always write it down over in the corner or on a different piece of scrap paper to help you. Okay, you could have also written out your multiples of 8 by skip counting, right? You could have gone 8, 16, 24, all the way up to 80, so you didn't have to continually figure out your multiplication facts. You could have had them all written out for you beforehand. Okay, so now we're going to go to our tens place, and we're going to multiply everything by 3. Remember, anytime we're multiplying a number by 10, we end up with a 0 in our ones place, and I'm actually going to switch colors for us. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put a 0 over there. Okay, so 3 times 4, again, you could write out your multiples of 3 if that would help you. So 3 times 4 is 12. We're going to write down our 2 and regroup our 1. I'm also going to cross these out so that we don't get confused, right? So I regrouped a 1. Let's put it up there. Okay. 3 times 9 is 27. 27 plus 1 is 28. We're going to write down the 8, regroup the 2. Remember, I put it right above that place value that I'm going to be multiplying by next, so it doesn't get lost. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 23. We're going to write down the 3, regroup the 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. I'm going to write down my 7, regroup my 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay, done with our multiplying. Now we're going to add all these numbers, and we're going to go with green. So let's add these together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. 3 plus 8 is 11. Write down my 1. Regroup a 1. 3 plus 6 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. You write down the 0. Regroup the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. And 2 plus 7 is 9. Okay. Oof. So now is when we will look at our decimals. Okay, we did out all of our multiplication. We did the hard part. Now we count how many digits are to the right of our decimal point. We have 1, 2. So we have 2 on our top number. How many do we have in our bottom number? 1. So altogether we have 3. 1, 2, 3. So we start with our decimal. We know we have to move our decimal point 3 places. So we have our invisible decimal point at the end of any whole number, right? So now we're going to move that in 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Put my decimal point here. That's a decimal point. So our final number is going to be, I'll insert it here for us. Okay, 980 and, let's try that again, 980 and, remember our decimal point, we say and, 172 thousandths. Okay, so let's remember, we're multiplying with decimals. We can ignore the decimals while we do the multiplication. Then at the very end, we can go back, count how many spaces we had. 1, 2, and down here is number 3. Then we move that decimal to the left. Okay, we'll do a practice one now.